But here at hour number 2, the big fight is coming up on Saturday. Where is it, Kelvin?
It is going to be at...
It's at the AT&T Stadium, right? Home of the Cowboys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Dallas. In Arlington, actually. All right. So it's at the AT&T Stadium. I don't know what kind of crowd they're expecting there.
It's gonna be packed.
That place holds 100,000. It's not going to be packed.
Dude.
You think 100,000 people?
I'm serious.
No, they won't. Not for the fight.
I mean, if they don't get 100, but they get
It's
60.
100,000 seats.
Dude, people, listen, man. Rob, let's get into it. Then I'll explain why. Because I think we're ignoring something that's beyond maybe even you and I.
I understand what you're saying. And I'm not saying that no one's going to watch it or pay attention to it or whatever. I don't think they're going to get 100,000 people to pay money to go to sit in the stadium to watch. That's what I'm saying.
I think the money is in the deal they already have with Netflix and however they worked it on the back end.
And I understand train wrecks and why there's gawking on the highway and people always stop because they want to see the carnage.
Yeah.
But what I want to know from you is what do you want to see from this? Okay, we know that you talked about the 30-year age difference. I think that this is a huge mistake for Mike Tyson to allow someone of Jake Paul's career, caliber, pedigree, whatever you want to say, to eat off of his legacy. Because that's what it is. Unless Mike Tyson is totally broke and just needs money and he doesn't care about his ultimate legacy, then fine, do what you want. I wouldn't let somebody eat off of my legacy who's not worthy, okay? Who's not of the same ilk and put in the time and the energy and fought in Las Vegas and fought and won championships and did all the stuff.
Right.
Not taking has-beens, never was-is, knocking them out, you know what I mean? And making money because of this whole carnival circus kind of thing that Jake Paul does, okay? And that's what I would never want to be a part of when you have a name like Mike Tyson. And can I tell you this story?
Yes.
When Mike Tyson got out of prison, I was a columnist at Newsday in New York. And, he goes up to Harlem, and they have me go out there to see, the scene, Mike Tyson or whatever. He walked the streets of Harlem. People ran out of their apartments, ran out of the buildings.
Oh, yeah. That was a golden,
like he was the Pied Piper. It was one of the most unbelievable scenes I've ever seen in New York, walking down 125th Street or Malcolm X Boulevard, wherever it was, and all these people running up, and Mike Tyson, not in a car, not in a buggy, not on a horse, walking the streets, and people running up to him. I still, to this day, but we're talking about, in the 90s, okay? Yeah. But for Mike Tyson to be this age and to put himself in jeopardy and to have this guy humiliate him, because there's no win. Mike Tyson can't win. If he beats him, okay, he's a real boxer and Jake Paul's not, so nobody says anything. If he loses, well, he's 50, how old is he?
58.
8 years old. He shouldn't have been in there, blah, blah, blah. What I want to see, and I'm dead serious, I'm not even kidding you, not pulling your leg at all. I want Mike Tyson to get his head knocked off or knocked out of the ring because that's what he would deserve by pulling such a stunt for money. I'm dead serious. Mike Tyson should not be fighting a guy who's 30 years younger than him. It's dangerous. I can't believe that the state of Texas is sanctioning this fight. Really, I'm serious. I think it's awful.
So, a couple of things. One, if this were a serious fight, randomly, say, against Canelo or some other fighter, Bud, it's something, Crawford, then yeah, okay, we would be really concerned about his health and all that. This isn't that. Number one, they're going 8 rounds, but they're only 2-minute rounds. The gloves are 14 ounces versus 10 ounces, meaning you ain't going to feel them knuckles like you would in a real fight. And also, this is the issue with where we are right now. See, there's so much money in things that you and I weren't accustomed to growing up. Like, there's so much money in clout now. There's so much money in being a YouTuber. There's so much money in a kid playing a video game where other kids watch them play video games, and they're making crazy money. You know a little guy that my daughters watch? There's a little kid named Ryan. And little Ryan, who's probably, 12 now, but he was like 4 years old, 5 years old. All he did was open up gifts. And then he started to get filmed opening up gifts. You know what that kid makes? $30 million a year. So there's so much money to be made, and this is the era in which we are. And I'm like you. Nobody wanted to see Michael Jordan in a Wizard uniform. Nobody wanted to see Joe Montana in the Chiefs or, so many other things. You didn't want to see your favorite athlete on another team kind of going out bad. Willie Mays dropping balls, couldn't catch certain balls towards the end of his career in the outfield. That happens. So nobody wants to see how we envision Iron Mike Tyson with the towel around his shoulders, snarling and growling and knocking people out in 25 seconds. This ain't that. And I think he is not going to want to turn down tens of millions of dollars.
I don't know what he's getting paid, but
tens of millions of dollars.
But everything's not for sale, and I
get what you're saying,
and that's why I respect the Dodgers. Okay, they have not taken the money to rename Dodger Stadium. That's why I respect the Yankees. They have not taken
Yankee Stadium.
It's Yankee. It could be American Express Stadium tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
For millions of dollars, the Dodgers could take millions of dollars. They can do it.
For sure.
Everything can't be for sale. It's okay to say no. Jake Paul, I'm not going to be a part of your circus. I'm not going to make it Mike Tyson money. This is to make Jake Paul money. Because Jake Paul knocks Mike Tyson out, this is going to continue. He's young. He's going to continue to build on this. You're legitimizing a guy who should not be legitimized.
But
that's where my issue is.
But
that's what they do all the time. They try to get you to take money to do something
for them, right? So now, and I get it. Listen, I don't ever want Jake Paul for the rest of his life to be able to be like, man, me and you, if he's in a barbershop and he overhears people, Mike Tyson was the baddest. No, I got Muhammad Ali. No, I got Mike Tyson. Who was the baddest? Who was the baddest? No, Sugar Ray Robinson was the baddest. And he can just kind of go, yeah, I knocked Mike Tyson out.
Exactly.
I hate the idea of that. I hate that Mike Tyson is doing this. However, this is the era we're in. Floyd Mayweather kind of started this after the whole I want to go 50-0, so let me line it up with an easy chump and Conor McGregor. Let me knock him out because he's not a real fighter. We can only use our hands.
But even that was disappointing.
Right. But this is where it started, right? And then you start to grow, and everybody bought that. And they bought this when they start buying all of Floyd's other fights.
Even Floyd, if you remember before that fight, they wore ski masks because they knew they were robbing everybody. You remember the gag? They were like, are you kidding me? That people are going to pay for this? And that's what I feel like here. That's why I want it to be bad for Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson is to blame for this, not Jake Paul.
No, Jake Paul has made his career. He's an opportunist. He's a YouTuber. This is what he does. The only problem I have with this is that I would love to see Jake Paul is having his cake and eating it too. What I mean like that actually ties into the Bronny conversation. Jake Paul is able to say, no, I'm a real boxer, because some of his fights have actually been sanctioned. Jake Paul can actually say, no, I knocked out this dude. No, I fight Mike Tyson. I was in the ring with an all-time great, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. He can do that, but he can also not go through the real ranks and have to fight real boxers who are his age, who are fighting right now and in their prime, and get knocked the freak out for real. So he's not able to have his cake and eat it too. And Mike Tyson, for his sake, he said, you know what? I'm not turning down $10 million to do this. And the issue is there's a divide in the line, Rob. There's people like you and I, and my age and older, who say, man, I don't want to see him go out like this. I hate to see the legacy. We say that in real sports. I don't want to see this player still playing when he's hurt or when he's old. He can only average, 3 games. They're saying, you know what a player always, when they tell you, if you can still get paid, why not? We see that guy on the bench. You're like, man, you're 37, 38. Why not?
Not in this case where you're playing against somebody who's so much younger than you, who could hurt you, Jake
can throw them things a little bit, too.
That's what I'm saying, like, who could hurt you. Can you imagine if Mike Tyson really gets his block knocked off and has some damage done to him?
Well, I don't think he would get that much damage. I don't think Jake got all that, and I think Mike's reflexes will be good enough. But I get your point.
He a 58-year-old man,
Mike, the natural muscle memory, he ain't going to get knocked out like that.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, the issue is, and this is applicable to everything, it's the view, it's the lens in which you're viewing these things. You and I, legacy-based. This matters. You mean too much. People herald you and put you up there with, Sugar Ray Leonards and the Sugar Ray Robinsons and the Joe Lewises and the Muhammad Alis and Mike Tyson's up there. We view him like that. He is saying, I'm Mike Tyson, the entrepreneur, who has a massive amount of land out here in California with a bunch of weed, who has a really big hot boxing podcast.
So then what is he doing it for if he has money?
Because I'm an entrepreneur now. It's the same thing with Floyd Mayweather.
If you're down and out and you want to get some money.
Then that would look worse to me, Rob.
No,
if he was hear me out. Let me rock real quick.
Money?
If Mike Tyson was down bad, money and owing taxes, looking bad, missing a couple of teeth, and then he was one of our all-time greats and our legends who went up and down, who went through hell, and America, everybody hated him, and he biting out, eat your children, and then he bounced back, and he does his thing, and he's in the movies, in the pocket, and he's come back, everybody loves him again, and he looks bad, and he looks rough, and he needs money, and he gets knocked out. That would hurt my heart, like, dang, Mike went out bad. He looks bad, life's bad. He's in a good place right now.
Why put yourself in a spot where you can look bad when you don't have to?
Because he's Mike the entrepreneur. He's Floyd right now. Floyd don't have to ever fight again. He's worth $500 million, doing very well for himself.
I think Mike Tyson's making a mistake. And here's the question, 877-99 on Fox.
Are you buying it?
No, not because people are going to buy it. I got that, okay? What do you want to see? What, like, the end result? What are you looking to see from this?
I need Mike Tyson to take Jake's head off.
Okay, see, that's what I need Jake to take Mike Tyson's head off. You know why? I want other people to stop this. And if he does that to Mike Tyson, maybe other people will stop. Maybe you'll stop the NBA players from getting in the ring thinking that they're boxers, right? We haven't seen
Nate Robinson since.
I
know he's going through some health stuff, but yeah.
Right, but from that, he like disappeared. Because people think that I get in the ring. You saw some of the other football players get clocked.
We had a couple of guys.
You know what I mean?
Gave it a shot. Yeah,
I'm saying.
I hope.
So that's what I want to see. I want to see him get his block knocked off so we can stop this madness.
And I want Mike Tyson to have a hop in the DeLorean for one moment of his life, have a flashback, and take Jake's off so that we can finally say, stop playing with giants. Stop playing. You keep yelling at that tree, barking up that tree's going to fall on you. For all these YouTuber and clout chasers and kids who do stupid pranks on YouTube, you're going to mess around and get your head knocked off. And that's what I need this to be. I don't want it to happen in the first place. Since it's happening, Mike, go ahead and knock his head off. I'm talking about Iron Mike Tyson, put his legacy on the line, or is he just making a bunch of money beating up Jake Paul? What do you say?
What do you want to see? What do you want to see? Yes. I was duped. Mark in Arizona. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, boys? Hey, man. Well, first of all, Tyson's making 20.
Is that what the number is? Okay, go ahead.
So he's making 20.
Yeah,
okay, so after taxes and you paying your rent,
back to 10.
It's going to be like 8. Go ahead, but anyway.
Yeah, rich people problems. All right.
No, I know.
Listen, I look at this fight a couple different ways. My biggest thing is, okay, I'm a 50-year-old man. I grew up on Mike Tyson, just probably like you guys did, right?
Yep.
And man, in college, we would scrounge any quarters, pennies, dollars that we could to order the pay-per-view. This is like taking me back. It's like nostalgia. Like, I want to see Mike Tyson knock this dude's block off. And I think if he does, I think it adds to his legacy.
I don't, because Jake Paul's not a fighter. He's not. He can't. Mike Tyson's not going to get it.
Here's where I think
how
Mark
is he going to get more?
Let me be Mark right here. Mark, let me kind of add to your point. I think what Mark is trying to say is, it's like that last hurrah. He did it one time for us. You know what I mean? He did it one time for us oldies, who all these young clout-chasing YouTubers. He knocked them out one time for us so we can always say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what it is.
If Iron Mike can rid us of one YouTuber at a time, I think we're all in a better place.
There it is. Iron Mark, the equalizer. Bring him back.
Mark in Arizona, I just don't think it's going to happen. But I appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
I think he's got one last uppercut, Rob. One last tiger uppercut. He's got one.
Adrian in Riverside, California. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
How are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you. I cannot stand this YouTube stuff. Of course, I'm going to tune in because I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out.
Say that again?
Same reason I used to watch the Mayweather fights. You know, you watch them because you're like, all right, finally this dude's going to get beat up, and it doesn't happen. You know, not comparing the two, obviously, because Mayweather's a whole different beast. But I just think like the Roy Jones-Tyson fight, yeah, that was entertaining, but what did it do for them? They just got paid, and they didn't really do anything like as far as elevate their legacy.
Right, and I think
so. Who do you want to see, Lewis? It's already happening, Adrian. So who do you? What outcome do you want? It's already happening.
I would love to see Mike Tyson mop the floor with Jake Paul. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the YouTube and the boxers, and I don't want to see Frank Gore out there boxing Jared Williams. Like, okay, I get it. You know, they have their own lives outside of their sports, but I just think it tarnishes. And even if Jake Paul does win, I don't think it's a win because, okay, you beat up an older boxer.
No, I know,
way
but
out of his prime.
I agree,
but
I just don't want to see Mike Tyson go out like that. Let me say this, though.
Yeah.
I did get the advanced copy of the menu for Mike Tyson ahead of the fight on Friday.
Here comes the joke.
Oh, Lord.
Sodium-free bacon, decaf coffee, and a chest X-ray.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.
You'll be on the
Joseph,
Golden Goose Cruise next week.
Yeah, Brooks. Here all
Joseph
week.
in Charlotte. You're on the Odd Couple
Save
Fox
us,
Sports
Joseph.
Radio.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's
Doing
up,
good.
man?
So I think that it's really just going to be a hugging match. There's not really going to be a lot of action.
Are you putting money down? I'm just curious, Joseph. Are you going to pay for this?
I am not.
Okay.
I am not putting money down on this one. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, because it's
I don't know.
probably
I feel
going to
like
be awful.
But you're going to watch it, though. You're going to watch it.
Everybody's going to watch it if they can watch it for free.
See, but that's the problem.
For free,
but
for free.
you're saying free, but that still means somebody had to buy it.
No, but
I get that you bought it for free.
I could watch it for. I'm not going to say if I see a highlight or something on television that I can look at. I'm
no,
not
I
going to
didn't
look
say
at
a
it.
highlight, Rob. I said watching it. You know you're going to watch it. Stop playing with me.
John and I'm not watching it.
You're going to
John
have
in
some
California.
Ralph's wings
No.
watching it.
No,
Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
John in California.
You're going to be sitting there with your Ralph 2-day-old ribs watching it.
What's happening, John?
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? God, back 1981, early infancy at ESPN, I used to watch Mike Tyson on Top Rank Boxing. Every 2 weeks, this man was coming on. You're going, how in the world can anybody do that? And his response was simple, because I get more competition sparring than I do against these clowns. I mean, it was, and I don't know if any of you guys are old enough to remember that or watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember
yeah,
all of that stuff. I mean, I was covering boxing back in those days.
He put the fear of God.
Oh, yeah.
They were afraid. They lost before they even came out for the first bell.
Who was it? What's the guy's name? Bruno.
Yeah.
I always want to say Frank Bruno, but that's not it.
No, that's not it. But yes, when he knocked that man out, that man wouldn't even look him in his eye.
He was afraid before before
he wouldn't even look him in his eye. He was like, oh, Lord.
God.
Oh, Lord, how much did I do that?
So what do you think's going to happen now? What do you think's going to happen? What do you want to see happen? Jake Paul get his block knocked off or Mike Tyson?
I would love Tyson to walk out there and just drop him in 1 second and knock this clown out.
You're the only person, Rob, who wants to see Mike get knocked out. You're the only person.
I want that to happen so that Mike Tyson and others
I get your
who
point,
have a
though.
legacy could stop this. Could say, you know what? I saw what happened to Mike Tyson. I'm not doing this. I'm not giving these people who come through the back door an opportunity to eat off of my legacy. That's all I'm talking about.
No. What you're saying
worked
makes
hard
sense.
for his legacy, man.
Hey, you know what, Alex and Ryan, you guys are both young. You know a word I vowed I would never say, and I think I might have to break it right now because of Rob? I call cap.
Really?
Rob, I've vowed to never say it because it doesn't make sense to me.
Wow. Sheesh.
Rob, I think the first time I've ever said it is with you. That's cap. Because you know what we know about Rob Parker? He loves some money. And he talking big smack right now, but man, oh man, they come to Rob Parker, whatever the radio broadcasting journalism equivalent to this is, Alex, and they say, Rob, just write one more article versus young kid. We're gonna go article for article,
We'll take it.
column for column, $20 million.
They said they'll give me $10 million if I'll do a radio show with somebody. Jim Rome, I turned it down. I wouldn't do it.
They didn't give you that. First of all, there's so much to unpack right there.
I'm going to save that, Rob, just for my
No,
favorite
don't
take.
There's
I'm hitting up Jim Rome to get you on for 10 mil.
There you go.
Welcome. What is up? It's Jim Rome.
Oh, wait a minute. You didn't hear the papers
Yeah, let's
while he's talking.
let me read exactly what
Where's
I'm
my
supposed
open?
to say. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul on
Camera
Friday.
left.
Exactly.
Where is this? It's so. All I'm going to say is shout out to my man Travis Rogers. That's all I'm going to say
That's
about
all.
that.
All right.
You ain't turning down $20 million. That was cute. And legacy,
Cap.
Mike Tyson's legacy.
Cap.
You ain't Rob Parker
Cap.
ain't turning down $20 million. Stop playing with us.
All I'm saying is Mike Tyson should hold on to his legacy a little further.
Y'all
than
better
this.
hope I don't become Jake Paul Rich, because I'm going to do a column for column, some 28-year-old writer versus you.
Nah,
LeBron in Sacramento versus Rob Parker for an article.
For $100,000, you'll take it.
Ryan, you're a young guy. Real quick.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm talking about, that everything shouldn't be for sale? And that's why I said I respect the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Am I right? Could they not make a ton of money by naming that American Express field or stadium?
That's right.
Yes.
The best part about
this, but they have a history that they believe in. The Yankees have never changed their uniforms.
That's true.
Ever. Could the Yankees make money having a black uniform if they had like a black pinstripe
or whatever? Yeah.
They could make a gazillion dollars. They won't do it. They have the same uniform that Babe Ruth wore. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything can't be for sale in this world.
The worst part about it is you're right, but Mike Tyson disagrees.
Okay, Mike.
Mike disagrees.